Why did you do that?
What are you doing?
Go fuck yourself.
My God, you're always welcome here, big son.
Hey, stop fighting! Stop beating him!
Stop with him.
Well, look who showed up. Henry, come here and have a seat. I must tell you something.
Greetings, Franzi. How's it going in the mine?
Oh, we was hewing when a puncheon hit me napper. It's like black pudding now.
Of course. I don't quite understand, but I believe you.
Well, to hell with you. I'm glad to see you. It's good you came because Vlachia is a canny job for you.
I'm glad to finally get a word in. It's great you didn't leave us in the lurch and came back, Henry.
Oh, why wouldn't I? I'd love to have a beer with you. After all, in Skalitz, I grew up among miners.
How are you, lad? Join us in the pit. It'll be a reet good change of pace.
Aye, there's half and chink in it. But you look like you'd rather have a weapon in your hand than a pickaxe, eh?
What have I...
True. I'm my lord's protector, and that's done better with a sword than a pick.
Fair enough, but if you brace someone on the napper with a pickaxe, they won't be moving either. But let's get to the point.
Aye, it's a damn serious matter.
The most serious. War mining tradition.
Uh-huh. That smells like more trouble.
You proved yourself to be one of us, Henry. And that's why I'm inviting you to our traditional shoot fest. And that's not all. As the gaffer of the St. Anthony mine, by the authority entrusted to me, I offer you the honour of ganning with us to consecrate the Pitman's Stang. Tell me, do you accept the offer?
Unfortunately, I have no idea what this is about.
Winning, of course! The Popinjay's right round the corner, and our pit always wins the competition, and...
Hold your water, Franzi. It's about the consecration of the ceremonial St. Anthony Stang, and taking an oath before our patron saints.
We have to go around all the kirks and get them to bless war miners' standards. War champion Anton Kaspar can see to that. But we have to protect him, so nothing happens along the way. So, are you coming?
Well, how could I turn down such an honour?
Grand. Glad to hear it. Tomorrow morning, Franzi and our best marksman Anton will wait for you at the Church of John the Baptist on Hobrink. That's tomorrow now, and be there on time. God bless.
Let's talk about life.
Hey, why not, son?
How can you work all day underground?
It's work like any other lad. But if you're lucky, you get paid more than anywhere else.
I didn't understand much, but it sounds like it's probably hard work.
Aye, it's hard work. But then again, you're a free man. No master can touch you.
What does being a miner involve?
Well, what do you think, eh? You work in a shaft, crawl into a place with a pick to extract a vein of ore. But it's black. It takes a lot of skill with just a lamp in the dark, lad.
Oh my God, why did I even ask? But I reckon I understand it's not just banging some rocks.
The picking is a lot of work, but we also roast, crush and wash the ore. Ore, and the new haulers pump the water up the shafts.
Isn't it dangerous?
Of course it is. There's all kinds of black damp, cave-ins, darkness, and even evil goblins underground. You just can't be scared of everything, lad.
I get it. Mining isn't for the faint-hearted.
I'll tell you, you have to always pray topside and have a good gang that won't leave you in the lurch. Farewell, my friend.
Excuse me.
Henry, it happens.
Just watch where you're going next time.
Here it...
Silly doggy.
Bless Henry.
Good morning, Tonies. I see you have the stang with you.
Of course. That's what it's all about, man.
We've already had it blessed by the local priest.
What? You didn't even wait for me?
Don't worry, you're not missing out. We still have a long way and 2 more churches to go.
Ah, got it. A nice walk through town, eh?
Aye, you could say so.
You must be the champion marksman, Anton Kaspar, right?
That I am, and I swear as long as I'm shooting, the striped Tonies will never lose their competition.
Are you really that good?
Well, this year is just my 2nd competition, but I won last year.
Old Lazar used to be our top marksman, but his eyes gave out.
What if we run into those saints who stole your stang last time?
Luckily, their churches are on the other side of the town.
That may be, but their tavern's on the way, so watch your step, Maras.
Why do you consecrate the miner's stang?
It's a local pitman's tradition.
Aye, every year before the shoot first, the different pit teams go around to their churches. Like Francis says, tradition.
Interesting custom. We don't have anything like that back home.
Why, aye. Interesting, and sometimes a wee bit wild. We have to watch out for the saints.
Let's go, Maras. We can crack on the way. First we'll go to the upper church of the Virgin Mary, and then to the church of St. George. And we have to make it before dark. Otherwise, we're out of luck.
What if they actually hewed at the course down in the bottom road?
We got an opening, I read, but the windlass broke loose, so the carpenters have to make a new one.
Ah, it'll be a week before we can get hewing again. To hell with the pit. Better to hear some crack from you, Henry.
So, tell us, Mara, where are we going with that stang of yours?
You're cracking there like one of us, man. You'll be joining us in the pit soon, eh?
Need pit for him. He's like to break his arm with a kevil.
Aye, I'll ding his head on the rock, eh?
I don't understand you much, but as far as dangerous work goes, I reckon you two are experts, eh?
That's what this is all about, but every year before the shoot fest, all the pit crews get their stangs blessed in the churches, so the mound gives us silver and nothing bad happens.
And also for the shooting to go well.
I wonder who the Lord favours in shooting then, eh?
Why, aye, that's as plain as day, but the best shot, of course.
Are you a good shot, Anton?
Do you think Vlad would let him compete if he wasn't?
And what if Preng wins?
He'd have to be completely blind and crippled too. Jorg'll be weeping his way home like last year. And I'm not afraid of Gaffer Henslin from Gang. He may know how to shoot, but he's not the youngest and he lacks speed.
I don't know, Henslin. Is he good?
Aye, he's not a bad bloke, but we didn't gang near gang much.
Hold your water, Franzi. He's the one who convinced my pa about the new scene.
Aye, but the catch is, Henslin was right about that.
About what?
Never mind. We shouldn't be talking shop here.
Tell me more about your competition. What makes it so special?
What makes it so special? Why, we have the royal seal of approval.
Wait, you mean Wenceslas himself allowed you to compete here?
Of course he did. What's so strange about that?
Well, it just seems odd to me that the king would concern himself with the amusement of some minors.
It's not like that at all, but the charter grants us various rights, and feast days is one of them.
There wasn't anything like that back in Scalise.
Here we are, but the worthy father seems to be running late.
It's been quite a walk so far, eh?
Aye, and I was afraid the saints would be lying in wait for us.
Nay, bother. They've probably got other problems.
How do you mean?
Nothing. Just that you don't need to bother your head. And where's that local priest got to?
Who knows? Maybe still in bed, eh? Should we wait?
Maras, I've got an idea. A reet canny one. We have a bit of time, so we could get the saints back for pinching our stang and play a wee prank on them at their tavern.
What? I thought consecrating the stang was a serious matter. At least Vlach seemed solemn enough yesterday.
How we, man? We'll show the saints we're no feared of them. Vlad doesn't even have to find out.
I'm for it. The tavern is right around the corner, and there won't be many people there right now. But above all, Francie, no stealing.
Of course, we won't pinch nothing. On the contrary, we'll give them a wee gift for their tavern. Yesterday, I took 6 as braes, and I'll tell you, man, they're reet minging.
Aha! So it's not your feet that stink here?
Why did you take them, Butts?
Why, aye. Best thing would be to hang them from the window of the saints' tavern instead of their banner.
That'd be a laugh. They'll know we've been there and yucked their pizzles good and proper. What do you think, Henry? Can you manage that?
Of course. Count me in. I'll be happy to get revenge on Preng and his men.
All right, then we'll split up. I'll wait here at the parish, Franzi will watch the front of the tavern, and Henry will hang up the braes.
I agree. Let's get to it, Franzi.
Why, aye. Quick and careful then, so as you don't get seen. The saints would soon get wind of it.
Here's the braes. Hang 'em high up on the stub.
Stop.
The pole with the pulley, sticking from the loft into the street.
Good luck then. When it's done, I'll meet you across the street from the tavern.
I'm sorry. Jan Henry, the coast is clear. I'll whistle if anything happens.
Excuse me.
What a sight. 6 stinky braes hanging proud. Can't be overlooked. I've been here too long. I have to get back to Franzi.
Nice one.
So I'm back from the tavern, mates.
Maras, man. Here, we say Maras.
And how'd it go, eh?
All done. The braes are getting an airing. It's just too bad the saints won't appreciate how nice and ripe they are from that height.
Not so. I can already see a swarm of flies.
I didn't expect it to go so smoothly.
Oh, give it a rest. You didn't have to get up there. And it wasn't easy.
For sure. A canny job, kidder. How bonny they look hanging there.
Of course, but we'd better get out of here, eh?
I got a bit droopy somehow. How about stopping at our tavern in Hradec?
Aye, couldn't hurt to go for an ale. What do you say, Henry?
I agree. Finally, a decent idea, Franzi.
I beg your pardon?
You're right. Now would be a good time to get off the streets. The saints would never dare to come into our tavern. Let's go, lads. Christ, I'm droopy as fuck.
Aye, I can't wait.
Christ, I'm droopy as fuck.
Aye, I can't wait. Can it go wrong with a beer?
Like I said, finally a good idea.
I knew you wouldn't let us down. Too bad you don't want to join us in the mine.
Good people, refrain from sin. Hey, look over there. Fucking stripies. You want to smack on the gob?
What a
Come on,
coincidence.
traitors.
Where to,
We'll smack your
Tonies?
gob to I, Evan, and
Couldn't
pop
bear
you like a
traitors.
cork, you cowards.
You're winching up shit. Gone and kick at the prank we played at your inn.
Was?
Aye, we decorated it real canny for you.
Gott, ihr Schweine. You won't walk out of here.
The saints stink like brocks, with wee little cocks.
Ich schlage dir die Fresse ein. Have it then, lads.
To hell with you. You show your stuff.
Gefällt dir das?
I'll rip your arse open. No chance. Fuck you. That must have hurt. To me. Get him from behind. Take that. You're stupid. I'll be done with you in a flash. What the? I'll finish you off. You're dead, you bastard. You're dead. Hey, now you're fucked up. Show your stuff.
Damn, that was a hell of a fight. But we won. Hey, Henry, let's go to our tavern before the catchpoles get here.
What about my things?
Careful. We need to pay the tithe and give something to the church. My father's requiem mass.
Isn't it a bit early for that? It's ages till St. Wenceslas Day, and they don't collect tithes before then.
You're right. But I promised myself I wouldn't leave it till the last moment this year.
It's not
So,
safe here.
Have you got any ideas?
Well, if I did,
You have a
I
kind
wouldn't leave it.
Oh, such a nice and peaceful stroll. How you doing, Anton?
I'm all butterfang, man. But we won the brawl. That's the main thing.
Them cunts ended up worse. But I got dunched up. I reckon all my ribs are broken.
So I see. For a moment, I was almost worried about ye.
Nee fash about me. When Tess sees you've been brawling, she's gonna pull your leggies up to your head.
Why, aye. That Tess of mine is a wonderful lass.
She hardly deserves you.
Enough of that. She can't find out about this, right?
I won't tell anyone about the brawl. You can count on me.
That's the way. Denial is best. But you're worried, Anton, right? Since you're meeting your Tess tonight, eh?
Why, aye. Her pa has a guild meeting, so the coast should be clear.
So? What did you get?
Get what?
A gift? What did you get her? It's her birthday, isn't it?
Huh?
Wait. You don't mean to tell me you forgot? Oh, fuck.
God, I knew I was missing something. Because of the procession, I completely forgot about her birthday.
Forgetting to get your girl a gift. That's what I call serious trouble.
Easy, Anton. We'll think of something.
I like what? I have to stay with the stang, and after that brawl we have to lay low for a while anyway, before going to St. George's. And then it'll be too late to look for a gift.
Heat up. We'll surely figure something out. What do you think, Henry?
What does your Tess actually like, Anton?
Like any woman, nice clothes, perfumes, going for walks, roses.
Good enough. The roses and perfume are interesting. We can work with that.
What if I looked after the stang instead of you, and you went to find a gift?
Can't do it. If Vlack found out, he'd never let me shoot again.
You're right. War Gaffer's a stickler for mining traditions. Better to get martled than break tradition.
Where can we get fresh roses?
Well, they're rarer than silver in this town, but there's a few gardens hereabouts. Most of them are well watched, but I know of one garden in the cobbler's quarter by the walls. The house in front of it's locked, but if you can certainly get into the garden somehow.
Wait, does that mean you'll help, Anton?
And why don't you go?
Sorry, but the saints licked me good. I'm so banged up I can hardly walk. Can you help Anton by yourself?
Of course. I'll be happy to help a friend. And there's nothing horrible about getting some flowers or perfume.
Good on ye, me Mara. I knew you were a canny lad. I'll give you a decent fife for it. I'm not as poor as I might look, you know.
What kind of perfume does Tess like?
She keeps gunning on about some perfume her neighbour Elsa has. I think that would surely please her. But careful. I think Elsa's a little jealous of Tess because of me. So dinna tell her I sent you.
Where can I find Elsa?
That's simple. She lives in a house on the upper market. She's the daughter of your Lynn, the cobbler.
I'll go and get Tess a gift and be right back.
Grand. We'll wait here for you, but don't take too long so we can still make the last kirk.
Leave it!
No, sorry.
Excellent. Here's that garden. Now, how do I get in? I made it. That's beautiful. Like the Garden of Eden. Roses like that would please any woman. And they smell so lovely. And now back to the miners, so they don't think I blew them off.
Because nobody's buying anything. Sure, he just got
Was ist los? What do you want of me?
I just need a little favour from you. My name is Henry, and I've just come to town. I'm interested in alchemy, and I heard that you have some wonderful perfume with secrets yet unplumbed.
So? Wirklich? Is that really what they say?
Certainly. And you really do smell wonderfully. It's cinnamon, isn't it?
Ah, richtig. And, can you guess the rest of the secret?
Well, I'd like to, but for that, I would require a phial of your perfume. Of course, I would gladly pay you for it, my lovely lady.
Nein. Keep your money. I want to know if you can really guess what's in my perfume. Schließlich habe ich nichts zu verlieren. If you fail, nothing lost. And otherwise, someone else would soon discover the secret anyway.
An interesting offer. Let's see how I do.
Here's a file. Und viel Glück, my young little alchemist.
I don't have much time left. I have to get back to Franzi soon.
Test the lass of my heart.
Franzi, what the blazes is going on here?
Hey, good you're here, Henry. Do you have that gift?
Yes, here it is. Tess should like it.
Grand. I told Anton you wouldn't let him down. Here's something for your help. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Well, fine. Thanks. But what's up with Anton?
Anton was afraid you weren't coming and that Tess would dump him tonight, so he had a few beers. And first he drank for thirst, and then for courage, and finally for grief.
Same to you.
Have you gone mad? I run all over town, and you sit here boozing.
Hold on, friend. I'm not drunk. I'll explain everything.
Go on, then.
Look, it's a long story.
I've got time. Go ahead and talk.
Anton isn't poor. He's only a miner because he was forced to, and because he had terrible luck. His father put all his money into opening a new mine. Except then Sigismund came and the miners were afraid they wouldn't make a profit.
Wait, his father is a miner?
Unfortunately, he was. He had a stroke when Sigismund came to town.
Well, what am I supposed to make of that?
The miners didn't want to dig a new shaft because they were afraid that Sigismund would cancel the concession and they wouldn't make a profit. Except old Anton had to put all his money into it. And when he heard, it floored him. And he never recovered.
So it's Sigismund's fault?
Why, aye. As long as that Hungarian horde is here, they won't be digging any new silver seams.
And what does that have to do with Tess?
Her father, Linnart, is a well-respected burgher, and he has already betrothed Tess to Anton.
So what's the problem?
Just that Anton doesn't have any money for the dowry. And now Linnart is looking for a better match for his daughter.
All right, but what are we going to do now? We have to finish the procession, right? And what about our champion drinker? How will he shoot tomorrow? And how's he going to make it to the last church like this?
I wouldn't worry about the shooting. You don't know miners. He'll snap out of it in a few hours. Worse, we'll be getting him to the church of St. George so he can take the oath in front of priest Tobias.
Fine. I'll carry Anton to the church.
Excellent, lad. And can you manage it?
Certainly better than you. God, why am I such a do-gooder?
It's settled then. I'll take care of the stang, you take care of Anton. Now just have to make sure we can still catch Father Tobias at the church.
Christ!
God,
Haven't been along
so
the
heavy.
road for a long time.
I swear,
never
if you
upside
puke on me,
down.
I'll break
Don't
both
trust
your
me.
arms.
It's not far from here to the St. George's Kirk. But get a move on so we can get out of town. The saints will surely leave us alone if we can get past the walls. And don't worry, I know Father Tobias. He's a canny bloke. Everything will be fine, you'll see.
Henry,
Damn it, Francie.
you're a true
Just
friend,
explain one thing
taking
to me.
care of me
What?
like this.
What are you ganning on about?
Tell you, Mara, I love you.
Look, what's
love
really
Tess
going on with
more.
Anton and Tess?
I just told you a while ago. Tess's father is a reputable cobbler, and Anton's just a young yucker.
So what? That's obvious, right? No reason to suddenly get shit-faced.
But that's exactly his bad luck. Anton's not poor. He inherited a house from his father, who arranged the marriage years ago with Tess's pa, Linnart.
So what's the problem?
Keep close
Chink
to
me
others.
Mara.
It's not safe here.
Before he died, Anton's father sunk all his money into digging a new opening.
Oh, like a new mine shaft?
Aye, they say they hit a new seam in Gang.
And what about the silver?
The seam's really there, man. But with Sigismund's breathing down their necks, they can't keep queuing, if you know what I mean.
So, Anton has wealth, but he has to wait until Sigismund leaves.
Exactly. You got the gist of it. The poor fella has to wait until Ginger fucker gans to hell. Only in the meantime, Linnart's looking for a new bridegroom for Tess. Father Richard double-crossed.
What about you, Francie? Do you have a girl?
Plenty. 3 for each finger, even. What lass would want me, eh? A poor orphan with his toes sticking out of his boots.
A miner has to make some money, right?
And what of it? Do you know how much food costs here and everything else? Here in the city, grocery only goes so far.
Careful now.
Not like in some village.
Pickled as a
And the
herring.
main thing is not to drink it all away, right?
Hold your water, lad. You're on thin ice here. Do you know what it's like to go down in the pit every day and break rocks in the pitch dark? It can get so tight down there that you want to get the fuck out straight away. Your heart starts pounding, but you can't shit your brakes, so you just keep hewing. Aye, any master carpenter makes more chink than me, and besides, if he falls off the roof, he's dead on the spot. In the pit, If it caves, then you're stuck there for days.
My respect.
Breath running out and praying to the Virgin Mary for mercy.
Damn, that's an awful way to go.
But don't get me wrong, it's not bad work. I'm not complaining, seriously. Yakkers are a good lot. They'll take anyone in. Poor orphan or bastard, doesn't matter. They don't judge, because in the whole underground, we're all the same. Alive or dead, all the same bread. We'll drink to the king and drink to the silver hewn out of the ground. Priests and monks, enjoy your trinkets from our silver mine. A yakker's prize is a bonny lass and flowing cup of wine. Away, kidder, join us glorious yakkers in the mound. We'll drink to the king and drink to the silver hewn out of the ground. Lords and knights and maesters to mind your own salvation. Well, gan me marrows on the hoy and make war libration. Away, kidder, join us glorious yakkers in the mound. We'll drink to the king, we'll drink to the silver hewn out of the ground. Sing it once and...
What's the meaning of this?
So here we are, your most fatherly holiness.
What? Do you take me for a fool?
Nah, I'm a fool here. Anton Caspar at your service.
I humbly apologise, Father Tobias. Anton here.
Entering a church stinking drunk like that? And with a sacred object? Have you no shame, you savage? You disgrace yourself, the Holy Church, and your honourable trade. In such a state, I will certainly not consecrate your stang.
Worthy Father, please, you know us. We're righteous men of the Mound, and without St. Anthony, we'll be disgraced at the competition.
You should have thought of that before getting drunk.
Father, Anton's in a bad way because they don't want to give him Tess, the cobbler's girl.
Do I look like a pauper? That cobbler needs a boot. In the cobbler's. I'll show him boot. He'll be begging me on his knees. I've got so much chink, I'm drowning in it.
For Christ's sake, Anton, man, be quiet for a moment. I beg of you, Father Tobias.
But I'm only doing it because of you, Franzi. Because you are an orphan, and your late mother was a pious and kind woman. Will you take the oath instead of Anton?
But I didn't know the oath, Father.
Good God. And what about you, boy?
Sorry, Father. I've never heard the oath.
Anton will say it for you, and you just repeat it correctly. Please, Henry. I'll do anything you want. Just salvage the situation.
So, friend, will you do a good deed? Even though these two hardly deserve it, I'll gladly give you absolution for your sins.
At least do it for Vlak. He wouldn't survive the shame.
Well, I don't know the oath, Father, but I'll try to salvage the situation.
I understand. Helping friends in need is a commendable act.
Anton, are you able to recite the oath?
Of course. I'd even say it myself, but nobody here will let me do it.
So go ahead, but nice and slow. Tell me the beginning of the oath, Anton.
We, the Yakkers of the Kuttenberg Mound, swear before God to hew our shafts by his grace, and to make nae fashion better, but to ding away at the mound according to God's laws.
Wait, stop. One bit at a time.
I'm listening, son, but nice and politely, please.
So, how did it go? We, miners of Kuttenberg, swear before God to open the shafts with respect, without malice, and mine the vein honestly, according to the law of God.
Our Lady of the Seven Sorrows. All right, and then?
What's next, Anton?
Of course. We promise to graft proper, obey the gaffer and not pinch any ore or silver, but to gie it by reets to the masters on the bank out by.
Good. That's enough for now.
Well, friend?
We vow to work hard, listen to our foreman, and duly hand over a share of the ore to the lords.
Very good, son. And what next?
How does the oath end?
We swore on feast days to leave the moan tone and DNA hewing, and to give a wee share from our addles and foys for the good of our souls and the greater glory of God.
Oh, very good. What was that about addles again?
Boldly onwards, youngster.
We swear to not mine silver on the feast day, and give a few groschen to the church for the salvation of our souls, and the greater glory of God.
Glory to God in the highest, and 3 Sundays rejoice. Saint Anthony, patron and protector, intercede for these sinners, protect their souls, and grant success to their endeavors. In nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. And now get out of here, you derelicts, before the good Lord changes his mind.
Thank you, worthy father. 1,000 thanks. We truly thank you. Oh, that was by the skin of our teeth, lads.
Old Tobias is strict but fair. I know him.
That mining jargon of yours gave me a headache, Franzi.
Ah, but you done reet well, nie fash.
Thanks. If that was a compliment.
Aye, muckle thanks for nie leaving us in the shit.
We're truly grateful to you.
Take this as a reward for not betraying us, and come in the morning to the shoot fest.
Well, I might come, but what about Anton here? Will he be able to shoot?
Oh, sure. He'll snap out of it in a few hours.
Hey, bother, kidder. I'll be fine. Hey, where's a puddle? I need to drown myself.
So you see, we yakkers can handle plenty. Like we say, everybody ends up on the bottom sometimes, but yakkers are there all the time.
Interesting. I'll have to remember that. Farewell, Tonies.
God be with you. We say God be with you. Remember that too.
You shouldn't be walking around by yourself. Awful things happen here. I'll read, man.
Well, Vlach, I can see there's plenty of interest in the competition. When does the shooting start?
I'm getting too old for this, kidder. I can do without all the hubble shoe, you know. Them yummy yakkers today, they've got no sense. Fuck it.
Hold on. What happened?
They ran out of beer, so the guild cut the evening meeting short, and old Linhart went home early. He stumbled upon Tess and Anton, and our blockhead takes off running and hurts his arm.
What? He got hurt? And what about the competition? How will he wind up his crossbow?
Well, that's just the thing. So our kid of Bukovets will have to shoot with bugger all chance of winning.
He doesn't know how to shoot.
Nowhere near like Caspar, nor you.
But I'm not a yakker.
Who fucking cares? We'll vouch for you. Henry will give you half of the winnings on top if you gang there in Anton's place. All right. You'll get twice as much. You shoot better than all of us together anyways. So what you say?
Fine. I'll do it.
Ah, thanks, kidder. The tourney's about to start, so away, man. Time's wasting.
Wait a moment. I have to take care of something.
By all the saints. Away, sonny. Farewell, sir.
And that is why the best shooters among us compete today.
God bless.
I'm back.
Grand. Ready to get to it?
Let's get to it. I'll show them how to shoot.
Godspeed, Sonny.
What kind of snipper-snapper are you, eh? You don't look like a yakker.
I came to compete. I'm shooting for the striped Tonies.
Aye, you're that new fella from Vlach. He already told me Anton is out. So, snipper-snapper, I hope you don't embarrass them. Good luck. You know the rules.
Better explain it all to me.
Naturally, as is your right. The miner's Popinjay is shot with a light crossbow, and the aim is to shoot down more straw birds than your opponents do. Whoever hits the bird first gets the hit, so you have to be fast and accurate. Your opponents will be Jörg Preng of All Saints and Henslin Ebner, the best shooter in Kuttenberg. Do you need to ken anything else?
I know everything I need. Let's go and shoot.
That's right. Everything is ready, bets made, and folk getting impatient. So what are we waiting for? Let the miners' tournament begin. Get set. Let them fly. Nice work, fella. Looks like you've done a lot of shooting, eh?
Thank you.
Great God in heaven. I'll be damned. Such luck.
What luck? Years of toil and sacrifice. That's how you shoot.
My hat's off to you, lad. You really gave them hell. They're still in shock that the striped Tonies won again.
It was nothing, really. A good laugh.
Look, kidder, I can't just leave it at that. Here's a few groschen from us.
Thanks, but that's not why I did it.
And I truly appreciate that, Henry, which is why you can have me gaffer's cap.
I can't accept that. You'll miss it.
Nay, just take it. It was my last match anyway. I'm getting too old for brawling.
Fine. Thanks, and Godspeed.
Blessings upon you, Henry. Godspeed.